The silent heist. This is a coin, but it's not just any coin. For millions of people, it has been a chain, an invisible chain that has bound the economies of 14 African nations to a European power for nearly 80 years. It is called the CFA Franc, and it is the last and most powerful instrument of colonial control. But now, a revolution is brewing in the heart of the Sahel. A revolution not just of soldiers, but of bankers, of economists, of sovereign nations taking back the keys to their own treasury. And what they are about to do will trigger a panic in European capitals, not seen since the age of empire ended. How the Sahel is smashing France's financial empire. The chain understanding the CFA Franc. To understand why this moment is so explosive, you must first understand the machine. The CFA Franc was created in 1945, not to help African economies, but to protect French interests as its colonial empire crumbled. Think about that. African nations, supposedly independent, were forced to keep half their national savings in France. They couldn't set their own interest rates. They couldn't control their own money supply. It was a financial straitjacket, designed to keep African economies weak, dependent, and open for plunder by French corporations like Total and Bolloré. This system, known as France-Afrique, allowed France to build its post-war prosperity on a foundation of African gold, uranium, and cash. It was economic slavery, disguised as monetary stability. For decades, dissent was silenced. Leaders who questioned this system had a habit of disappearing. But a new generation has arrived, a generation that is not afraid to name the enemy. Under the leadership of figures like Traoré, Mali S. Gaïda, and Niger S. Tiani, the Sahel nations have formed the Alliance of Sahel States, OAS. And their first major act of sovereignty isn't just expelling foreign troops, it's expelling a foreign currency. They are actively designing a new sovereign currency. Early reports suggest it could be backed by their own massive gold reserves. This is a game changer. It means their money will have real value, based on their own wealths, not the promise of a foreign treasury. This is the sound of the chains breaking. And in Paris, that sound is deafening. So why is this causing such sheer panic in European finance ministries? Let's break down the catastrophic consequences for the West. The billion-dollar holes. France currently benefits from an estimated 15 to 20 billion euros in African foreign reserves held in its central bank. That's capital it uses for its own national liquidity. When the Sahel pulls out, that money goes with them. It's like pulling the foundation out from under a building. France gets over a third of its uranium from Niger. Under the CFA system, those contracts were favorable to France. With a sovereign currency, Niger can price its uranium in whatever currency it wants, yuan, rubles, its own new money, and charge the true market price. Europe's energy security is now on the negotiating table. Paris's biggest fear: the domino effect. If the Sahel succeeds, what is stopping Senegal, Côte d'Ivoire, or Gabon from following? If the entire CFA zone collapses, France could lose 40% of its African trade. Its status as a global power would be utterly obliterated. The New World, the rise of a multipolar Africa. The Sahel is not operating in a vacuum. They are part of a global shift. Russia and China are ready to provide the technical and financial support for this new monetary system. They offer deals without the colonial baggage. A new, digital, gold-backed Sahel currency could seamlessly integrate with BRICS Plus payment systems, bypassing the US-controlled SWIFT network entirely. This is the birth of a truly multipolar world. Africa is no longer a chessboard. It is a player, and it is finally cashing in its chips. The final unshackling. The abolition of the CFA franc is more than an economic policy. It is the final unshackling of Africa from its colonial past. Visual. A powerful, slow-motion montage of young Africans celebrating, new factories being built, and the flags of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger waving proudly. It is a message to every child in Dakar, every farmer in Bamako, every student in Ouagadougou. Your wealth is your own. Your destiny is your own. Your future is your own. For France, it is the end of an empire built on a financial illusion. For Africa, it is the dawn of an age built on tangible wealth and unbreakable sovereignty. The chains are broken. The revolution will be monetized. They took our resources, but we are taking back our monies. This is the most important story in geopolitics today. If you stand for economic freedom and a world beyond colonialism, hit that like button, subscribe with notifications on, and share this video everywhere. The algorithm doesn't want this truth to spread. Let's